Another French premiere showing this Sunday, Gérard Depardieu's Le Colonel Chabert apparently coming back from the dead and walking straight into a legal battle. That's at 11:35, Sunday, bbc2.
Monsieur de Valmont?
Yes.
A man addicted to seduction.
You want me to seduce a little girl who knows nothing?
Yes.
Until love comes his way.
You think a man can change?
I'm in love.
I never will be one of those women.
Bringing disaster in its wake. Colin Firth and Annette Bening star in Valmont, Tuesday at 10:25 on bbc2.
The perfect crime and the backing from all the right sources. Sterling Hayden is getting his hands dirty and Marilyn Monroe tags along in John Huston's classic The Asphalt Jungle on bbc2 in 10 minutes. Now James Stewart is responsible for more fond memories on bbc2.
He's almost too tall to be a star, in a strange kind of way. He's too skinny and he's got this really strange voice when he talks, and you just think, this shouldn't work. You know, he's not Bogart, he's not Edward G. Robinson, he's not James Cagney, he's not... And yet somehow it's magic when the camera's on him. I mean, can you imagine in a modern career going off and being in the war? And then coming back, you know, I can't imagine actors doing that. Well, I've got like a really great career going, you know, and they go, well, you got to go to, well, it's the Second World War. Oh, okay, I'm going to sign up and I'm going to become, you know, Captain Oldman, and I'm going to go and like go to the, wherever, you know, the Pacific, and we're going to fight the Japs. You know, and then I come back and I call up Doug and go, well, I'm back, man, you know, I'm back from the Second World War. What's out there? Any good scripts? I mean, it's extraordinary that these guys did this.
Can you see me driving down to the fashion salon in a Jeep, wearing combat boots and a 3-day beard? Wouldn't that make a hit?
His acting is very, it's not introspective. It's very now. He makes it very present. And it's clean and economical. There's no fuss to it.
Let's stop talking nonsense, shall we?
Guess I'd better start setting up for dinner.
There is a grace and a humility. It's masculine and it's strong, but it's self-effacing, and there's a humbleness about it. And that makes you feel very familiar and comfortable. I can only think of one actor who's working today, he doesn't do what, there's not many people that can actually do what Jimmy Stewart could do, but there's a quality that Travolta has that is, you warm to him, and it's like a joy of life. It's quite spiritual. In Rear Window, he's sitting down and he's confined to a wheelchair with a plaster cast, a broken leg. And there's Raymond Burr, and then there's the girl he calls the torso across the street there, and then there's the guy up in the apartment who's like the composer, and that dog that goes up and down on that rope, and it's all played off his face. When he's on camera, it's a medium shot and a close-up, and it goes between the two. What occurred to me is that there's no way that he would necessarily have Raymond Burr doing all of his stuff in the window when the camera is on Jimmy Stewart. He may not have been there. You know, you got the camera, you got the crew, so therefore The eye line to Raymond Burr would have probably been a bit of tape or something stuck to the side of the camera, and then another bit of tape up there on a flag would have been the girl up in the window, and then the guy over there would have been another piece of tape stuck to the window over there. And you've got Hitchcock, who was probably, 3 or 4 feet away from him, saying, "Now he's coming in through the door, Jimmy." And he's like looking, and he says, "Now reach for the binoculars." So he then reaches up for the binoculars, and he looks through, and he says, now if you follow him, he's going into the apartment, okay, now you watch him with a bit, now he's doing something, and you're suspicious. And we completely buy it. There we are, he lifts the binoculars, he cuts the Raymond Burr, it cuts back to him, the camera pushes in.
Keep an eye on the alley.
He's fiddling around doing something over there, and now there's an expression on his face like he can't quite see what's going on, and it's just magic. And there's not, and it's, I was directed like that once by Francis Ford Coppola, and it's not easy.
What? Lisa! Lisa!
Nowadays, you've got to have the actor on the end of the phone when you're in a phone conversation, and they got to hook up someone in Seattle or fly them in because they go, "I got to have him on the end of the phone, man. I got to have Meryl on the end of the phone, otherwise it's not going to work. Or I need someone in my eye line. I've got to have the guy there, clear my eye line because I've got to have the real actor there that I did the scene with, and you just think, such bullshit sometimes. You just think there's Jimmy Stewart, in his wheelchair, looking worried. I mean, he's just doing it all. It's not like numbers, Give us that worried, give us number 35 there, Jimmy. Why, you want that worried look? Like that? Yeah, it's terrific. I don't know what it is, I don't know what you're doing, but it's just brilliant,
Please.
And it's amazing because it's effortless, it's artless, it's just he does it like we breathe air.
Precinct 6, Sergeant Allgood. Hello. Look, a man is assaulting a woman at 125 West 9th Street, second floor, at the rear. No, make it fast. L.B. Jeffries. Chelsea 25598. Please. Stella, what do we do?
Where they come?
James Stewart is bound for the far country tomorrow afternoon, a loner on horseback, but not lonely for long. And on BBC2 at 4:45.
Can I help you, son?
Keep on running. Keep on
You McLean brothers have been getting quite a reputation.
We'll get them when their guard's down.
I'm gonna be You shot Malky Johnson in the eye. Oh, no! Who's Malky Johnson? Psychopath!
Do you know what mental is, son? It's a state of mind.
Small Faces, New Year's Day at 10:35 on BBC2.
That's a remarkable family.
A five-star classic for BBC2 now. Sam Jaffe is the criminal mastermind, Sterling Hayden is the muscle, and John Huston the director in The Asphalt Jungle.